morning YouTubers. Marty Feldman was a unique, as he put it, idiosyncratically made character. And he fell into acting by mistake. He was a writer, and then somebody looked at him and said, you know, you should be in front of the camera. You look so funny. You are funny. And anyway, he was a great guy. Look at all the funny movies he made. He directed movies. He was terrific. Anyway, I had the pleasure getting to know him really well down in Zihuatanejo, Ixtapa, and my wife was very close with him. And here's some funny clip from Group Madess, the film I made in 1983. Thanks.
Where's Yellowbeard?
Mr. Moon, sir. I was following him, and then I thought I was being followed, if you follow me.
Who'd follow you?
Some stupid blind man.
Well, we've got to follow Yellowbeard and make sure no one else is following him. Do you follow me?
I was lucky in this film that everything I had to do, all the funny stuff, was with Marty Feldman.
Do the whole thing. Do you want me to come the whole way? Just from here.
Okay. And folks is coming, there's dancing.
Here I come in the background carrying a fish.
Captain Moon, sir. They've captured Dan, and they're setting a trap for the others.
Excellent. They're making it easy for us. Well done, Gilbert.
We had this running gag of we're trying to film Marty. Marty's always trying to escape from the camera, so that was pretty funny. We had a lot of fun because we got to chase around everywhere, goof around, play games. We're supposed to be working.
Looking for the very rare Marty Feldman creature. We believe that he's somewhere in this untouched land, somewhere here. He could be, if you'd care to pan along there, he could be behind one of those chairs, or he could even be disguised as one of those chairs. This could be very dangerous.
Senor, we're here to see Mr. Feldman?
No, no.
Mr. Feldman?
No.
Mr. Feldman?
No.
Mr. Feldman?
No.
Mr. Feldman?
Yes.
Mr. Feldman, we asked you a couple questions. Mr. Feldman? Mr. Feldman, just be very quick. Just one or two questions.
This is supposed to represent the quayside in Portsmouth, England in 1707. We don't shoot it for another 12 hours. It'll be ready. Everything seems to be ready. Right at the last minute in Mexico.
Since it was cheaper to build the set here than to take the boat to England, well, here we are doing a little bit of England and Mexico.
If you're known for comedy, most people approach you smiling. Nobody's looking to hurt you. If you're Charles Bronson, somebody may want to take you out in the bar because you look tough and you play tough parts. But I'm a comedian, and as you see, wonderfully and fearfully and idiosyncratically made. So most people feel that I'm like some sort of pet. Could bite, but not severely. But to have an effect on that audience, that's the most enjoyable thing, I think. You know? To convey a real emotion, to communicate something, some more than information, to be able to move an audience in some way, either to laughter or to proverbially to tears. There are days when you feel you've done it, you know, you've done a good scene. You know it. It's a catharsis. As Dorothy Parker said about writing, I enjoy having written. Well, I enjoy having acted. It works all the demons out of my system. Exorcises them. I used to be rather violent before I became an actor. I was always getting in fights. It's obviously I've sublimated my violence and found a way of using it in my acting.
We were having lunch one day in a little restaurant in Zihuatanejo, and I was having some menudo, I think, and Marty looked at my soup and he said, "There's a dead animal in your soup." Of course, I looked and thought about it and said, "You know, you're right. There is a dead animal in my soup."
Wait a minute. What is that?
It's a crocodile, sir.
What's it for?
Well, each sailor is allowed by tradition a pet, sir.
Open it up.
Open it up.
Open it up. There are buttons down the side. The ancient superstition that a woman on board brings bad luck is now a proven scientific fact.
Nice try, Rosie.
Shouldn't bother, love. They're fairly strict on this one.
Thank you. Great, Tricia, great. Let's take a lunch at the Polo Lounge sometime.
He's probably the nicest man I've met in a long time. He really is. He has an ability to become one of the natives wherever he goes. People flock to him. He magnetizes people.
Can I help you?
I do beg your pardon. My arm seems to have slipped, as it were, accidentally into your bag. Excuse me.
That was the brilliant actress Gillian Eaton from the London Shakespearean Repertory Company. And then we saw Sir Michael Hordern, who was knighted during post-production of the film, so we had to put Sir in front of his name.
The British do not speak English very well.
American humour is very much about, as you see, emotional body acting, whereas English acting is about understatement.
Well, Marty died of really pretty extraordinary circumstances. It was a combination of factors, and one of the major factors was food poisoning, which I discovered years later was a factor in his death, because we both jumped off the Bounty one day, swam to a little island. There was a fellow selling lobster and coconut, and I had the lobster. Marty had the coconut. It was just this one guy on a tiny little island. It was unbelievable. And immediately, the next day, I got sick with shellfish poisoning, and we were in Mexico City. We'd flown there. And we were supposed to, about 4 days later, we were supposed to meet Marty for lunch, and he didn't show up. And it ends up that he died in his hotel room. My wife called and wondered why he didn't show up for lunch. He always was reliable, a very reliable person. And it took me all this time, 7 years later, I think it was, that I discovered that shellfish poisoning can sometimes take days to affect the body. And we figured that they could have been the same, because of the fact that the same knife was used to cut his coconut. That could be one reason he was sick. He was also weak for other reasons. And there's a sort of a mystery involved in some other thing that could have affected his death also, but I can't discuss that right now. But thanks for watching this. Bye.